Joseph JoJo Diaz goes on Instagram Live to call out Devin the Dream Haney face to face. Before we get into this next video, make sure that you smash on my like button and sub to the channel if you're not already a subscriber to the channel. So recently, it's been a lot of news coming out about Joseph Diaz turning down the fade with Devin Haney to go fight Ryan Garcia. Now, let me give y'all a little backstory on everything, that's happening with this situation. So Ryan Garcia, when he fought Luke Campbell and Ryan Garcia was supposed to be for the mandatory #1 slot to fight Devin Haney for his WBC strap. We all know that Ryan Garcia won that fight by stoppage. Afterwards, Ryan Garcia made it clearly known that he didn't want to fight Devin Haney, that he was going to basically turn down his position at the #1 slot for the WBC belt to go on and do other things. He said he wanted to fight Tank Davis. Well, we all know that fight didn't happen. Then he was supposed to fight Javier Fortuna. He was having mental health issues, so that fight didn't happen. So Ryan Garcia didn't end up getting in the ring with Javier Fortuna either. So what the WBC did is they made Javier Fortuna and Joseph JoJo Diaz. That fight was supposed to be for the mandatory position for Devin Haney's WBC belt. So Joseph JoJo Diaz, he ended up fighting Javier Fortuna, and he ended up winning a unanimous decision over Javier Fortuna, making him the mandatory to WBC Devin Haney's title, making him the mandatory to Devin Haney's WBC strap. Now, when that happened, everybody was excited that Devin Haney and Joseph Diaz was going to fight, because Devin Haney finally was going to get some smoke from somebody that was, top tier other than Jorge Linares, right? So the news started coming out right after that Joseph Diaz was trying to get a fight with Ryan Garcia instead of trying to get the smoke with Devin Haney. That Joseph Diaz was going to do the same thing that Ryan Garcia did to Javier Fortuna, that Ryan Garcia did to Devin Haney, that all these other fighters have been doing to Devin Haney, that he was going to duck Devin Haney to, go elsewhere. The news has been out there. We heard Mike Carpenter come out with the news saying that Joseph Diaz and Ryan Garcia was in deep talks trying to get a fight done. So, the media started getting on Joseph Diaz's helmet. Like, man, what the hell is you doing? You said that you was going to fight Devin Haney. But Joseph JoJo Diaz, being the real one like he is, he took to social media last night after already talking to Bill Haney. If y'all didn't see that, him and Bill Haney was face-to-face live. And he told Bill Haney, look, man, I don't want to smoke with nobody but your son. Let's make this happen. And he also busted out Mike Carpenter and said that he hasn't even heard from none of Ryan Garcia's people. The only person that he heard from was Mike Carpenter. So we see what's going on. See, Mike Carpenter trying to, move around and make his little fake stories in the media, acting like that Joseph Diaz don't want no parts of Devin Haney, so people won't be talking about Devin Haney in the media, right? He's trying to take food off of Devin Haney's table. That's what Mike Carpenter is trying to do. He putting out these stories about Ryan Garcia, knowing that Ryan Garcia nor his team have said anything about Joseph Diaz, right? But he's putting out these stories trying to take food off of Devin Haney's plate. And that ain't right. We see what these media dudes be doing out here in these streets. You feel me? That's not right. But Joseph Diaz let Devin Haney's father know, he let Bill Haney know, look, man, I haven't heard nothing from Ryan Garcia or his team. All I heard from was Mike Carpenter calling me, trying to tell me that, Ryan Garcia wants to fight me. I haven't heard nothing from Ryan Garcia or nobody. So we see what that is. But anyway, Joseph Diaz, he let Bill Haney know, look, man, I want all the smoke with your son. Let's make it happen. I respect you. I respect your son. And I think it'll be a hell of a fight. But Joseph Diaz didn't leave it at that. He doubled back. Last night, he went on Instagram Live, and like a real one he is, he told everybody, he said, man, F what the media talking about. Don't listen to what them dudes in the media talking about. I want all the smoke with Devin Haney. Matter of fact, I'm going to call Devin Haney on Instagram Live right now. I'm going to send him an invite on Instagram Live right now to see if we can get a verbal agreement, right, in front of all the fans. And he went on to call Devin Haney a pussy because he said that, Devin Haney wasn't answering the invite. But then he went on to admit that Devin Haney was probably asleep and whatnot. But, Joseph Diaz is showing what real one he is. He letting them know, like, look, man, I'm not ducking no smoke like everybody else been doing with Devin Haney. I'm running to the smoke. I want a Devin Haney fight. That's what I've been wanting. And yeah, I don't want Ryan Garcia. So he let everybody know straight up and down, I don't want Ryan Garcia. I want Devin Haney. Devin Haney is the fighter that I want to fight next for that WBC strap. And I'm going to call him live so all y'all can see I'm not no Teofimo Lopez. I'm not no Ryan Garcia. I'm not bluffing. I really want the smoke. And you got to be able to respect that from my man Joseph Diaz, because Joseph Diaz, he's showing that he a real one. He always talk about how real he is, and he really showing that, and I like that, man. I like this fight with Joseph Diaz and Devin Haney. I love this fight. I hope they can get the fight made because both guys want it. Both of these fighters want to fight. They both young and hungry, and they both on the come up. You dig? But we see what the media trying to do. The media is trying to put out stories so this fight won't happen. The media is trying to pull strings and switch around stories to make sure that this fight won't happen. I don't know what they got going on. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's Eddie Hearn that's doing this behind the scenes, having these media dudes switch up the stories because he feels some type of way about Devin Haney, becoming a full free agent. I don't know. I don't want to say that, but it's something, that the media or whoever behind the scenes got something against Devin Haney and Bill Haney. They trying to take food off their table, and that's just how I see it. And that shit ain't right. It ain't right at all. But I hope they get this fight made because Joseph Diaz, he already showed what a hell of a fighter he is. He just went and beat Javier Fortuna. A lot of these dudes out here was ducking Javier Fortuna. Didn't want no smoke with Javier Fortuna. But Joseph Diaz, he went out there and he did what I said he was going to do. Javier Fortuna liked to bully his opponents. He liked to, he like a poor man Sean Porter. He liked to run over you and bully you. And I told people, I said, when he fight Joseph Diaz, he not going to be able to bully Joseph Diaz because Joseph Diaz, he got that tough grit in him too. He not going to bag down. He not going to let Javier Fortuna push him around. And when they fought, you seen that. Javier Fortuna, he couldn't bully Joseph Diaz. And Joseph Diaz just showed that he wanted it more and that he was a more skillful fighter and that when it come down to being bullied, he wasn't going to be bullied. And Joseph Diaz in the past, he even gave Gary Russell a hell of a fight. He gave Gary Russell a hell of a fight. I think that, besides Vasil Lomachenko, he gave Gary Russell his toughest fight to date. Gary Russell did beat Joseph Diaz, but it was a hell of a fight. It was, and Gary Russell will tell you every time Gary Russell brings up Joseph Diaz, he talks about how good of a fighter he is. So he even got Gary Russell's respect, and to get Gary Russell's respect, that's saying something. You feel what I'm saying? And then we just saw Devin Haney. We saw him step up and, beat the crap out of Jorge Linares. Everybody wanted to see Devin Haney in a step up fight, and he did that. And he beat the crap out of Jorge Linares, and he showed, look, man, I'm here. I'm here to stay, and I'm the real deal. He beat Jorge Linares damn near for 10 rounds straight. He ended up getting hurt, but, he ended up recovering and he came back to get a very easy win. I mean, come on, man. Everybody's talking about how he got hurt against Jorge Linares, but they don't want to talk about how he beat the shit out of Jorge Linares for 10 rounds straight. So, I mean, I don't look too deep into, him getting hurt against Jorge Linares. He got some things that he needs to work on just as well as all these other young fighters got some things that they need to work on. So Devin Haney is a hell of a fighter. He's going to get better and he's going to continue to learn and he's going to be dangerous. The same as Joseph Diaz. Joseph Diaz is a hell of a fighter and this makes for a hell of a fight. Let's make this happen. Just like Joseph Diaz told Bill Haney, I know that Ryan Garcia don't want to fight me. Ryan Garcia don't want that smoke coming off a long layoff and get in there with Joseph Diaz. Y'all must be crazy trying to put this stuff out in the media like Ryan Garcia want to smoke with Joseph Diaz coming off a long ass layoff like this. He don't even want to smoke with Joseph Diaz if he was active probably. And don't get me wrong, I think Ryan Garcia is a hell of a fighter, but Joseph Diaz and Ryan Garcia, that is a horrible style matchup for Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is a finesse fighter. He don't like people to get inside and push him back and bully him. So that wouldn't be a good look for Ryan Garcia if he did get in there with Joseph Diaz. But anyway, the media need to get off the boo-boo. They need to stop telling all of these fake stories in the media, trying to take food off another fighter's plate. It just tell it like it is. We want to see Joseph Diaz and Devin the Dream Haney. That's the fight we want to see. Anyway, y'all already know how I do. There you go, talking that boxing again. Let me know what y'all think about this. Leave a comment in the comment section. Until next time, I'm gone.